Hi guys, it's me, Javier, and in today's lesson we are going to see such an interesting topic, which is the adjectives. We are going to begin talking about its function and its structure. We are going to see also later the comparative and the superlative adjectives. So let's start by saying that an adjective is a noun which modifies a noun and it always goes before it. An adjective adds extra information and it makes you know or it makes you realize what the qualities of a noun are. We can say that it makes a normal sentence interesting. For example, a normal sentence would be I found a dog. So, to express the quality of this animal, we can use an adjective. For example, we can use the adjective big. So it would be I found a big dog. An adjective can also act as a complement with linking verbs or the verb to be. They are nice people. Again, the adjective, it is not only going before the noun, but is modifying it, and it is working obviously with the verb to be. In this case, the adjective, it is making you realize that those people are really nice. The adjectives are also invariable words. What does that mean? It means that it doesn't matter if the noun changes in its quantity or in its gender, the adjective won't change. For example, we cannot say, my friends have some red books. In this case, we know that the noun is a plural, books. So we cannot change the adjective. Instead, the correct way would be, my friends have some red books. And finally, they follow a specific order. When you want to express or when you want to describe something, you must follow an order. You must, for example, first use an adjective which expresses quantity, then quality, then its size, the age, the shape, the color, the property, and finally the purpose. To make it easy, here I wrote some examples. I bought 2 fantastic big red cars. As you can see, we follow this order. I have 3 old black plastic pencils. My friends have some beautiful small new blue shoes. This is going to be a long, cold, and fantastic winter. I don't know if you noticed, but the last sentence is different than the other ones because it is using a comma and it is using and this happens when we use adjectives which describes for example this quantity or quality. This is going to be a long, cold, and fantastic winter is expressing the quality of a noun. In the other ones, we are using different adjectives. So that is why they don't have or we don't use a comma. Now, before talking about the comparative and the superlative adjectives, I would like to say that there are irregular adjectives that you must learn, that you must know each form of them, because when we want to use a comparative and a superlative word of an adjective, in this case good, we have to change it completely. So it would be from good to better in its comparative and to best in its superlative. Talking about the comparatives, well, we use the comparative adjectives to say which similarities or differences both objects or people may have. The structure, it's not complicated, it is not difficult to learn, because for those who are just one syllable, we have to add er to the end and then use than. So it will be from small to smaller than, from old to older than, from young to younger than. For adjectives that are formed by consonant, vowel, and consonant, we follow the same rule, but we double the last consonant. So it would be from big to bigger than, from sad to sadder than. For adjectives, for those adjectives which are two syllable ending in y, we have to change the y to IER and use then. So it will be from silly to sillier than, from friendly to friendlier than. And for those adjectives which are two syllable, which do not end in y, and for all three or more syllable adjectives, we use the form more and less plus the adjective, the whole adjective, and then we use than. So it would be less expensive than, or more boring than, or more interesting than. Here I wrote some examples talking about those long adjectives and the short adjectives. From expensive, as I said, we add more or less, and it will be more expensive, more dangerous, more beautiful, more difficult, more interesting, etc. And for short adjectives, it would be, for example, easier, older, later, larger, taller, etc. Now, talking about the superlatives, we use them to compare one item from the rest. And it follows almost the same structure. For adjectives that are just one syllable, we use the in the beginning and add est to the end of the verb. So it will be the smallest, the youngest, the smartest, the fastest. For adjectives which are formed by consonant, vowel, consonant, we only double the last consonant, the biggest, the saddest. And for those two syllable adjectives ending in y, we use the at the beginning and change the y to iest, the silliest, the friendliest. And finally, for those two syllable not ending in y, and for all three or more syllable adjectives, we use the form most and least plus the adjective. So it will be the least expensive, or the most boring, or the most interesting, the least interesting. I wrote some examples. Yesterday was the happiest day of my life. Gio is the best teacher. My mother is the wisest person in the world. That book is the smallest I have ever seen. And finally, pasta is the most delicious food. So that would be it. As I said in the beginning, it would be an extensive video, and I hope you really could understand the whole video. So see you in the next time.